My mom always liked to think of herself as the head of our family, the conductor of the orchestra, making sure everyone played their part. But she forgot one crucial thing. Orchestras rely on each person playing their own part beautifully. You can't have one person trying to play every instrument, especially not the violin and the drums at the same time. She tried. Trust me, she tried. She tried to push me into the corner, squeeze every ounce of potential out of me. But she didn't realize I wouldn't break. Her plan was simple: guilt. Whenever I failed, she'd claim it was her fault, that she had somehow failed me. As if saying sorry magically erased the years of neglect. But I was done being a pawn in her game. After 20 years of being patient, I finally decided to call her bluff. The whispers started subtly. Did you hear Elena's brother landed a great job? How about her sister's promotion? Elena, that's me, and none of those accomplishments were because of my mom. Sure, she gave birth to me, but after that she farmed me out to relatives. So my grandparents and aunts had a lot more to do with shaping me than she did. Years passed in a blur of school activities, friendships, and achievements. And through it all, Mom was there, clapping politely from the sidelines, never acknowledging that she wasn't the reason for my success. I understood early on that her goal was control. It wasn't about showing interest in my life. It was about seeing my successes as her own. And believe me, I tried to explain this to her. I told her I didn't need her constant oversight. I didn't need her to accompany me to school events. I didn't need her interfering in my relationships. But she didn't listen. She couldn't let go of the idea that she knew best, that she was entitled to micromanage every aspect of my life. Things came to a head when I graduated university. Of course, she insisted on being in all my graduation photos. And when I asked her to respect my wishes and stay out of them, she gave me the coldest look I've ever seen and stormed off. I remember feeling this surge of anger, realizing that this woman who had given birth to me didn't care about me, didn't want to be a part of my life unless she could mold me into whatever image she wanted. As I navigated the world after college, I held on tight to my principles. While my friends might have settled for relationships that were comfortable, even if unfulfilling, I decided to wait for mine. I craved a love that lifted me up, that cherished me for who I was, not for who my mom wanted me to be. I craved a connection that respected my boundaries, supported my dreams, and mirrored my values. I waited, and in the meantime, I poured my energy into building a fulfilling life on my terms. I traveled. I pursued my passions. I nurtured my friendships. I immersed myself in experiences that broadened my horizons and enriched my soul. All the while, my mom continued to project her desires onto me. Every time I entered a relationship, she'd ask probing questions, trying to assess whether the person was good enough for her standards. When I declined a marriage proposal from a guy she deemed unsuitable, she cried for days. When I eloped with a man she hadn't approved of, she threw shade for months. Through it all, I stood firm. I refused to bend to her expectations. And in doing so, I discovered a strength within me that I never knew existed. Then came the unexpected, an opportunity to study abroad. This was my chance to truly spread my wings, to immerse myself in another culture, to expand my perspective beyond the confines of my hometown. But my mom saw it differently. To her, it was a challenge to her authority, a chance to test who had the stronger will. She threw herself into a frenzy, bombarding me with warnings about safety, financial burdens, and homesickness. But I pressed on undeterred. I booked my flight and embarked on this life-changing adventure. Across the miles, I excelled in my studies, soaking up the new environment like a sponge. I forged meaningful connections with locals and fellow international students. I savored the freedom to explore, to grow, and to learn on my own terms. I thrived. But my mom, she didn't handle the distance well. Calls that once brimmed with pride now dripped with criticism. Letters filled with congratulations were laced with subtle jabs. Every positive comment was overshadowed by a lingering but that chipped away at my joy. As I reveled in my newfound independence, she turned my triumph into a battleground. And then came the grand finale. I decided to extend my stay abroad. I had fallen in love with my life there. I had found a community that embraced me. Why would I return when I had so much more to experience? But my mom didn't see it as an adventure. She saw it as a defeat. To her, it wasn't about the enriching experiences I was having. It was about the fact that I was choosing to live life my way, away from her grasp. So she hatched a plan, a devious scheme to pull me back into her web of control. She started spreading rumors about me, whispering doubts about my judgment, questioning my motives, and painting a picture of a young woman too far from home. I could feel the vibrations of gossip rippling through our hometown. When I returned home for Christmas holidays, the looks, the whispers, the questions, they were all a testament to her handiwork. Yet, amidst all this turmoil, I refused to crumble. I didn't let her machinations shake my resolve. Instead, I used her tactics against her. I listened intently, nodding along as she regaled relatives with tales of my supposed recklessness and irresponsibility. I didn't correct her. I didn't argue. I simply bided my time. And when the moment was right, I struck. With a casual air, I announced my decision to permanently relocate abroad. No, I wouldn't be returning. Not ever. I could see the confusion dawning on my mom's face. Her carefully crafted narrative had taken a sharp turn. The very rumors she had planted were now coming back to bite her. The truth was that I was thriving abroad, that my life was rich with purpose and contentment. And that realization hit my mom like a tidal wave. Her attempts to tarnish my reputation had only pushed me further away from home. The irony was sweet. The woman who had sought to control my every move had inadvertently set me free. So here's the deal. If your mama's always trying to be the star of the show, if she's taking all the bows for your achievements, girl, it's time to strike back. Don't play her game. Step out of the spotlight and watch her whole world crumble. Don't let her negativity bring you down. Show her what you're made of. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Be the independent, strong woman that you are. Let her see you shine, girl, without her. Let her watch you chase your dreams. Then, and only then, will she understand that you don't need her to complete you. You're already whole on your own. Your life, your rules. Live by them. Breathe them. Love them. And don't you dare let anyone, not even mama, dim your shine. Shine bright, beautiful. Let your light guide you. Let it lead you to all the adventures, all the joys, and all the triumphs that await you. The world is yours for the taking. Go get 'em, tiger. And remember, you don't need anyone's approval, not even hers, to make your life beautiful. You're beautiful just the way you are. Now, if you want to hear more stories about standing up to toxic people, click the video on screen now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more updates.